Hello and welcome, my friends. We yet return right here in Valencia, and it is now the time when destiny is forged, when we emerge, hopefully finally, as the true king of the East. We have done so much and our plans have been laid quite well. So far, I will say, despite a couple of hiccups, things seem to have been working out. This is a legendary ruler, albeit he, well, a little bit different from all the other folks. He has been managed, I will argue, by his wife, and then ultimately was able to play to his strengths, at least so far. He is, however, also the target of at least 2 murder plots, and whether he will succeed or fail, well, that will determine the long-term future of our dynasty and Iberia. See, the reality is that today I will be challenging the ever more powerful realm of King Umar the Ill-Tempered. He is my rival and I am his. Our houses are feuding. We have recognized each other as the major threats that exist in this region. I want to take down the entirety of his realm. Now, by that I don't necessarily mean ousting him. I could never hold this territory. It is much too impactful and influential, of course, and not to mention remote, but if I could capture him, his sons, or, well, anybody really, the harm that I could do to them would be incredible. Now, once again, we are home, and I think, and I actually have come to love it in this particular playthrough, let's hold court, because the events here show us the mood of the realm, and we have gotten very lucky in what the game has thrown our way. Let's find out what is troubling my people, so that when I sail out, I do it with the confidence that we will be having a good homeland. Fulk de Liberne here, my cousin André, he spouts. My acquaintance, Fulk de Liberne, seeks the honor of serving in your retinue of chevalier. We have already done this. I will absolutely say yes yet again. He's a good fighter. I don't trust him enough to make him into a bodyguard, but he can become my knight. Yes, absolutely. Oh, magnificent Ré Roger, I am Iher, and I have traveled far to ask for your aid in righting a great injustice. The man in front of me bows deeply before continuing with his well-rehearsed plea. My brother and best friend, Ajalit al-Abbas. A Magravavit, huh? That's interesting. You're also a Magravavit? Huh. You come here from Africa. Wait a minute, but you're not actually part... Oh, you're surrounded by the enemy. Interesting. Ajalit al-Abbas il-Ibn Tegama of the Magravavit Tajalidit. Let's take a look at this. What is the issue here? He currently sits on the throne of Magravavit, but I am the true and rightful ruler of those lands. If you aid me in pressing my claim, I shall swear fealty to you and serve you loyally until the end of my days. Yes, this is the entry point that I have been looking for. He has bided his time, hoping that something would allow him to push in, to destroy his nemesis, to prove that he is the righteous man on the throne. This is it exactly. I will be doing it, absolutely. Aves Crespi storms to the front of my throne room. My liege, many think Sancha should become your successor over Jourdain. Sancha? It is known across Reign of Valence, your heir Jourdain so offends as to make offense a skill. He refuses to attend a single meeting, and when I asked him why, he told me they are too dull. We would be having far more fun killing one another. He sighs, but I'm sure he will deny having done this. A wolfish grin spreads across Jourdain's face. Oh, I absolutely did. Oh my god, folks. I will dog on the royal court a lot these days, because we now have grand activities and this system was never refitted, but this is actually perfect. I was right about my son. Huh, I am actually right about my son. Or at least I feel affirmed, as Aves Crespi comes here and tells me what I already knew, that Jourdain is a menace, that I don't like him, and that he probably isn't the righteous heir to these lands. Interesting. Sancha, huh? Sancha Cecile as my designated heir. What a crazy choice coming from the bishop here. But I will be taking it. Very sweet, he takes after his father. I don't think he does at all, actually. This is the last straw. Jourdain, you are disinherited. Sancha is my righteous heir. Now, I do want to stress, Ré Jourdain would have hated this. He would have hated this. I wonder how Reina Sancha feels about it. She does love her children, doesn't she? She has me as a friend. I suppose that she would support me. Let's take a look at tracking opinion. How does she feel about her own children? I suppose actually it depends. Quite interesting. Okay, she doesn't feel any strong differences there. Yeah. That's it. The heir to the kingdom is Sancha. That is my will. What does the succession now look like? We lose 2 titles. We lose Granada. Wow, that is basically nothing. And she gets everything else. Princess Sancha, huh? I hope that she grows up to be well liked by me. Maybe she's going to be the only child that I actually bring up. Maybe all the others will fall away by the wayside. Oh! And look at you becoming the queen of Sardinia and Corsica. Ah, that's very impressive. Really is. Now what you can already see here is, of course, that Aghalid Badar, he has found out about my scheme and reduced me to minus 99%. I hate when that happens. You can't really do anything about them redoubling their guards. It is what it is. You know, nothing really else that I need to say. This man wants to steal my artifact. We still haven't figured out who that is. Be that as it may, if he steals my artifact, I will get it right back. I'm absolutely certain. And one of the murder plots has ended. The other one still stands. Before I do anything else here, I will demand his conversion. I will use the hook that I have on him. I think sending a good Catholic down there is a grand idea. And then, my friends, let's push his claim. Yeah, let's make this happen. I will assert my will in Africa as a warning. This is a shot before the bow. We are coming for all of the Maghreb. Man, taking to the boats is so damn cheap here. Jesus, Andalou culture is just actually insane about this. Is this just the work of audacious cadets? That is actually incredible. Wait, it's not them at all. I think it's this one. Oh, it's none of these? Jesus, where is that bonus coming from? I suppose it just comes from all the regional kind of stuff that we have right here, right? The Almadraba is minus 20%. Varangia, no, doesn't. Longships is minus 7. Yeah, that's minus 95%. All right, well. I should be raiding more, I feel. I mean, I know I can't raid, but still. And here we are. We have indeed arrived at the Valence Pox. Wait a minute. Is that starting in my... Oh, it is starting in my territory. It isn't really mine, but interesting that it would be in Calatrava. Man, this guy... Him making me disinherit my son. What a thing right there. Oh, and I landed in the wrong territory. Forgive me. For I thought this was where I needed to go. It turns out that that was not true. I was simply so hateful that I was already intruding. Ooh. In the territories of the Almoravids. Cathars in Languedoc. Man, that is so nearby. Cathars, huh? I feel very positively about him, I can tell you that. Supported the way of St. James. Reincarnation, pacifism, Gnosticism. It really doesn't speak to me, but the church of, or rather the authority of the Pope here clearly is incredibly weak, like just absolutely nothing going their way. I don't think the Pope matters in these circumstances. I wonder if my wife turns, I might yet turn as well, you know. I don't think that is a negative. I don't think that is a thing of impossibility here. We got Auvergne also converting. Maybe all of the Occitans, and I mean, they are currently the kings of France. Maybe all of them are actually going to make this happen. That is interesting. If France turned wholesale Cathar, Jesus, that would be insane. And it looks, yeah, I mean, it's spreading quite a bit here. He is still Catholic. We're going to see how that goes. He is named Priestator, so... I suppose that we know his ideas about this. Ooh, and House Barcelona now converted. Man, yeah, that is so many of them. Actually, an unreal amount. Oh, and would you look at that? We have a crusade now, and it is for the Kingdom of Jerusalem. I am curious how many are going. That is my biggest question, right? Yeah, how unified is the remaining Christianity behind the papacy there? I mean, I wouldn't hate... You know, pushing deeper into the Muslims in the east. They have, of course, taken Anatolia. That would be a pretty big get. Is nobody else joining? There is no way that nobody else is joining. It's me, the Pope, and Calatrava. That's it. Jesus. Yeah, that's not... That ain't working out. The Western Mediterranean, we can tell you with Sardinia as well, clearly seems to be in our hands. And man, my wife is pregnant again. It's going really well there. Okay, more people are now joining. Who is this? Calatrava. This is just all the holy orders. Then some tiny people. Ooh. Yeah, I'm the only big guy, I guess. That is kind of crazy. Oh, and he actually published a poem. His subjects prove grateful, for if they are not, then next to their door is the sword brought. That's actually literally how I function. You gain court poetry about strife for 3 years. That is really nice. I like it. Ooh, and what is this? Vassal factionalism. Kumis Hayan has been using his influence to push for the advancement of the Liberty faction. They seek to nullify several laws in the Reign of Valence that they believe interfere with the traditional rights of the nobility. While I do not doubt Hayan's convictions, he is only human. If I can convince him to curb these activities, I will make it easier for me to consolidate the power that I have over my power. He definitely would want to do this, just for what it's worth. He has that intention. Owing favors he probably doesn't like. You know what? I will basically walk up to him and say, your faith, it is safe under my reign. You should remember that. You would do very poorly if you forgot who is protecting the Mozarabs. He clings to the faction. Of course he does. I have also now finished the siege right here. I have captured his wife. Let's finish off his troops. I reckon we can make this happen. What are we looking at? Yeah, it is yet again. It is just the Conroy. What else do you want me to say? They are absolutely outrageous. It seems to me that in my dealings with Kumis Farth, I may have accidentally made certain promises of exemptions from his obligations. No, I don't think we're gonna make that happen, brother. I can still salvage this. Feudal taxes are reduced. You know what? I'm not home. Oh, and there's the victory. We have crushed his army. And he was even wounded in that battle. That is beautiful to see. Brother and best friend imprisoned. Why? What did he do? I don't think he did anything. How dare you imprison him? He wouldn't accept the ransom? They're rivals. They actually did become rivals, and I didn't see. I spent so little time with my brother that it went entirely over my head. Emir Talha ibn Muayhid of Murcia, you are making a grave mistake. And before I even come home, yeah, I will make you aware of that very same mistake. My brother. Oh, and look at them coming together now. The cowards. Malaga, apparently. Mozarabik. Sevilla. Sevilla? And Murcia stand up to me. I suppose, man, this is exactly what I wanted to see in that direction. Some recklessness that doesn't come from him being inherently reckless, but rather from him completely misreading that situation. While he is on tour in North Africa, he underestimated just how his vassals felt about him and his reign. They don't share his fervor. They are weirded out, crept out, I should say, by all of what he does towards his enemies, knowing that it can come to his own doorstep. Remember, we're driven by vengeance indeed, not to mention court poetry about strife. My sword can come to your door if you don't dance to my tune, and now my sword is coming, and they absolutely do not like us. They are betraying me. That betrayal is unacceptable. And wait a minute, how did he get out? He got out, escaped prison. But he's not rebelling. Oh, that is so interesting. Caliph Muhammad the Timid of the Qutbite Emirate. You know what? This rebellion, it is not a good one. It is a very, very poor choice, and even your Caliph will agree, because as you can see, he serves me as my marshal now. I will crush his army once more, and then I will go north. And the crusade, by the way, really is coming together. It is all very, very close. Me actually partaking in this? Man, if my wife was coming... Oh, France is coming, despite what is happening in his realm. Castile is coming. Interesting, very, very interesting indeed. Let us... I think I'm going to call in my wife into this war. While I am busy, she can clean up the north. It is, of course, her home as well. Let's clean up the riffraff here. What an interesting rebellion. The fact that the Caliph is free, but he didn't join it. Very, very fascinating. I will call it a day here. I have established my rule in the south. Amir Ihir is now the leader of my enclave, or my exclave down here in North Africa. And they are laying siege to Valence. And as it happens, we also have incredible disease in this region. Yeah, no, we need to crush them. If we don't do it, this entire region is doomed. I will safely land in Castello, and we shall proceed from there. What an exciting, exciting time. The politics here are very, very complex, okay? So Malaga has only recently been placed in this position. He is Catalan and he is Mozambique. And clearly, he doesn't feel right about this. I don't like it. I'm a hate monger, fanatical recruits, right? Yeah, I did recruit them, I suppose. I wasn't there in Mallorca. I've since handed it over, but still. Liege holds the Jura Duchy, absolute crown authority at -50. That is pretty crazy. I mean, I won't lie to you. Simultaneously, however, he is rebelling with somebody that is harming my family directly, so I have to take that very personally, I think. And then we have him. What is Comte Alfonso of Sevilla thinking? You know what I think he's thinking? I think he has seen how radical I am indeed. He thinks it is too radical. Maybe he has made deals with the Almoravids. Oh, the longer I talk about this, the more hostile do I feel towards him. But I think on a more objective level, he probably thinks that my grasp here is tenuous. He knew of the escape of the Caliph, and he is thinking that maybe he should flip to Lusitania, maybe he should flip to the Almoravids and seek his employ elsewhere. It makes perfect sense. We are now, of course, in a new phase, in the compromise phase. I think he's working with the intruders. And so for him this makes sense, but for me it means that we have a traitor amongst our midst and that I need to act on it. Oh, and the Hauteville actually passed away due to the smallpox here. Jesus, my god, his son passed away. And now there's a small child that is also dying and... You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't. No, you would not. If she dies, which it looks like she will, I lose Mallorca. No. The Hautevilles, huh? What do you want me to say about that? What can I say about that? Lusitania is now also under attack, actually. Where is he getting all of these troops? My god, mercenaries. He's attacking Lusitania. I'm not partaking in this crusade, I can already tell you this. I don't have the capability. Oh my god. It was all organized by the long hand of the Dunonids. This is what this is. The Dunonids are making a play to return yet again onto the throne. They've made an alliance with Murcia while I was busy, while I was away. Man, I love this so much. Not catching the details when you work in a narrow frame like in Régogers. He seemed like such a rational, such a good king. Everything was working exactly as you would imagine it. But now look around. He has to pick up the pieces. Once things start going wrong, once it becomes apparent that people don't trust or like you the way you are, things get a lot more difficult. We have another dangerous faction. Oh, it's just him again, right? That is completely fine. Huh. I have very, very few friends. I do. Almost none of them. It's a dangerous world, my friends. It is a very dangerous world out here. We have another daughter, Marie. Oh, and she is Hale. Welcome to the party, pal. I thought today we were going to have the great destruction of the Almoravids, and instead, everything that I thought that I had built is crumbling down. My kingdom held up by nothing but my hard work and apparently a variety of traitors. When is this illness receding? Let me take a look at this. Is it receding at all? We're talking about Valence. It is 100% infected. Well, I will avoid it. Man, this will delay me. Maybe they will actually get to siege this down. He won't go through the road. He has learned of the diseases. He understands it far too well, I think. Oh, and she... Where's she headed? Oh, she has her own war. Navarra. Well, what do I do now? My wife preoccupied? Yeah, and there's the crusade. I don't think I can go. I really don't. I wish I could, but look at the Fatimids. They are more powerful than ever before. And all of their vassals have most certainly joined this. Listen, I wish I could help, but I am beset by enemies at home. I have now also called in, there he is, yep, this is the, well, former army, I suppose, of the Campeador. The House Vivar is yet in charge here in Iberia. They are quite powerful these days. I just wish my wife was willing to march in here, but apparently she is not. Just looking at the fact that she isn't setting herself... You know what? I will safeguard Valencia. There's no way in hell that I let this jewel of a city that I have built up, that I let it be sieged. Let us find out what it means to be a commander, to lead my own troops, even in the face of the best commanders that we have ever had to face. Come on, my Conroy. Just one last time. Oh, we were so close to greatness. He was... They tortured him. They tortured him! There's a deep and endless hole in my heart. William was a constant companion and confidant, and to have him ripped from my life feels like a mortal wound from which I will never recover. My hand clasps a note he gave me. Oh my God. We neglected him so much. Like our son, he was annoying us. His drunkard. And in the end, now he's gone. We can't talk to him at all anymore. I declared a war to clean up my own mess, and instead it cost him his life. I tried to read it, but all I can do is move it away from my face, that the precious words contained within it are not washed away by my tears. Though there's a crowd of many mourners around me, I've never felt so alone. Wow. I will never forget this day. And we have, of course, lost the battle as well. This is it. He murdered him. And it might all be my fault, quite frankly. And now, Valence will fall to them. My wife is preoccupied with the Dunanites. I understand her anger. While her capital is being besieged by the Navarrese. Man, things are not going as planned here. They have sieged my city. They imprisoned nobody, but they claimed crime and punishment. Arnauld, my court poet, has been killed. He was singing atop the walls of Valencia. We are holding out, replenishing in Granada, but yeah, it is difficult. I was in a rather bad mood today, but Hildegard managed to cheer me up with some comforting words. Maybe today isn't so bad after all. I don't know about that. It feels horrendous. The Dunanites have struck back. They have. I'm replenishing my armies. I'm far from my wife. And my wife seems to have no interest in winning my war for me. Let's make our way north. Let's connect to our wife. Maybe she has a plan here. Oh no. Oh no. We are getting away. Oh, we are so close to not making it. Oof. Let's link up. You think they're gonna keep following me? That would be decent news, I suppose. This battle right here, what a disaster. Even the Conroy were not able to make this one happen. Jourdan, in the midst of this absolute chaos, has grown up into an adult. What is he like? Fortune builder? Jourdan. Maybe I was too swift. Maybe judging you the way that I judged my brother was something that I did far too easily. Crespi here. How good of a judge of character truly is he? How good am I? When this is how my realm dares to rise up against me. Now as he grows up, there's also an important battle in Alto Aragon, or rather, sorry, in Zaragoza. Ooh, okay, there we go. I joined that war. Jesus, that was... And now as I have fought this battle, together with her in Zaragoza, as I have defended her capital in a way that she didn't defend mine, which I don't know, I can't really hold it against her. This chaos, I think everything is breaking down around him right now. He doesn't really blame a single person. Maybe quite a little bit of self-hatred is emerging. If he attacks into me, however, I need her to come my way. I need her to come my way. What if I were to attack into him? Come on, wife. Sancha, please. Just this once. Who's your commander? Now, in the meantime, let me just double check this. How is the crusade going? They have arrived over there. Okay, yeah, they're gonna lose it. That is all I can say about this, I think. That is gonna be a loss right there. Oh, and there's no end to the opinions and wants of my daughter and heir Sancha. Oh, She is just like all of them, like every last child that I have. I will send her away. I will send her away. You bring her up. I can't do it. No, I can't. Why do I not have a single child that understands their father? Not one of them. And look who is using all of this. I knew it. The Dunonites and these terrible Almoravids are working together. He is now coming for something that is comparatively inconsequential. Tlemcen. But how am I to defend against it? How am I to stand up against what he is trying to do here? Jesus. There has never been more pressure on him. Night falls, and I quickly fall asleep as I rest in my bed. In my dreams, I see a great light, an impenetrable heavenly light. I know not what it is, or even what it represents, but something about it brings me peace and happiness. Is it a sign from the heavens? I can only... Oh, and look at that. Scotland actually a vassal now of Cymru. I can only really repeat it, okay? Over time, Crusader Kings 3 has given us amazing events, ensuring that I can work with so much. And this one right here, in this time of terror, loss of control, loss of my brother, wow, it is an incredible event. I want you to tell me in the comments what he takes away from this. He can't make it to Jerusalem. He only half-heartedly pledged himself anyway. To say it on a meta level, I had to redirect it. It was going for Andalusia, which would have been a very stupid crusade in my opinion. And I thought Jerusalem, especially with the Pope being as weak as he is like the last-ditch effort that he can take in the hope of making that happen. And by the way, they handed Rome over apparently yet again. Anyway, where I'm coming from is, what does this mean for him? What does he take away from this? It's a good question, right? Because... yeah, it could be a lot of very different things. It could be related to Mozarabic, to the Caliph, to the Pope, to faith in general, I suppose. I can't tell you. I honestly am not certain right now. But what I am certain of is that this video will end right here. His reign is at a tipping point. It may well end in complete and utter disaster, despite the successes that I have had in the past. My friends, I will leave you right here, and I will see you later, alligator.